Are you ready to learn the ultimate marketing checklist for your business? If this is your first time on my channel, my name is Lai. I own a virtual assistant agency here in the Philippines named 2XU, and I post videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to have a business from home, so make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos. Now, if you've seen any of my videos, I am a big marketing nerd. And what I mean by that is I do talks about marketing, I am obsessed, and I go into deep, dark rabbit holes talking about marketing, talking about content marketing in general as well. And this is something that I've been looking forward to going over with you. Now, when you're starting your business, you might not be sure what to put in place as part of your checklist and what to put in place for your business as you are just getting started. So I've been doing this series. The first video I did on how to do your operations checklist as you get started. The last video I did last week is all about your branding, like how to be branded out there. So this video, I'm going to focus a lot on the marketing stuff. So hopefully you guys have watched the two videos because I'll be referring to the two of them a lot. But for this one, I'm going to walk you through, if I was going to start my business again, this would be my own marketing checklist. And this is based off of 2XU's business operating systems. So we've created a whole list of 75 assets to have in your business to keep it running, especially when you have no idea what those assets should be. To start off, you need your funnel. So what a marketing funnel is how are you capturing these people? How are you converting them? A way for me that I have differentiated between marketing and sales is marketing is how you get their attention. Sales is how you convert them. So on your marketing funnel, it should all about be how are you capturing their attention? Are you using social media? Are you using ads? Are you using traditional marketing where you have your poster or your billboards in different places in TV or in Google Ads? So kind of creating what that looks like for you, what makes sense for you and the type of business that you have. So for example, for us in 2XU, our marketing funnel at the very top is our social media. That's kind of the biggest part of it. The second part is on our website, where we have two ways where we can get our clients kind of coming in or potential clients coming in. So from the social media, we create a lot of educational content just like this one. And then what usually happens is if someone is interested in one of the things that we're always putting into our call to action is that next thing is we have them either go through our scorecard or downloading our 103 tasks you can delegate to a virtual assistant PDF, or they're signing up for our webinar. And I'll put all of those links below for you guys if you're interested in hiring your first virtual assistant. But it's basically, that's kind of how we capture. So we're not converting them yet into a client, into a quote unquote sale. This is still marketing. So social media, and then we got their email through them going through a scorecard if they're ready for an assistant, them grabbing the PDF, or them signing up for our webinar. But then everything else still points to the webinar. Before they even get to a sales call, as much as possible, we are already kind of briefing them on what to expect with a virtual assistant. So that's kind of our marketing funnel. It's very short because the rest is basically conversion into sales now. But you want to outline that of what it looks like. Now, if you've never seen a funnel before, it's basically, the biggest part of it is usually where people's attentions are. It gets smaller and smaller as more action needs to get taken by the other person, so on and so forth. So build that out for what that means for you, and know that you can change this as much as you can later on. It doesn't have to stay with the way that it is. Next is your brand kit. So again, in the last video, I just talked about your branding. So brand kit is your logo, your colors, your font, basically how people will know that it is you posting. And it's really important that you have this kind of narrowed down. Yes, later on, you can change how this looks. But as you launch off your business basically and get your whole marketing side started and running and not just by default, it's important that you do have a brand kit that a designer or yourself that you can follow when it comes to starting to create your content. Next is preparing your marketing channels. What I mean by marketing channels is how are you, based on the funnel that you just created, what are the different channels that you're using for each? Are you going to do email marketing where you send newsletters weekly, monthly? Which social media platforms are you using? Depending again on the industry and the niche or niche that you're using. Are you going to be mostly targeting people on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Pinterest, whatever that looks like? Will you have scorecards? So for example, in 2XU, we use a tool called Score App where we are able to basically run a survey of like what are the things that a person needs before hiring an assistant, and it gives us a lot of context when we do hop on a call with them. Are you going to do webinars? Again, for us at 2XU, we do monthly webinars on the top mistakes people usually make when it comes to delegating tasks. So that is for us. So what are the marketing channels that you are going to utilize in your business? And I do suggest that you just start with one. We just did start with our social media, directing them into a sales call. That was just our funnel. We didn't use a lot of different places yet. And now we do have this whole like conglomerate of a network basically of ways that we market to our target audience. But again, start with a few marketing channels that reflect your goals or your funnel basically as a business as well. Next is picking out your marketing tools. So when it comes to your marketing tools, what are you using for either on the content creation side or the scheduling and engagement tool? So on the content creation side, for example, let's say you're doing email. For 2XU, we use ConvertKit for that, but we've also tried so many others. We tried Aweber, ActiveCampaign, all that good stuff, all good. But what matched us so far has been doing really well is ConvertKit. So picking out that tool for you if you're doing email marketing. Now, if you're going to be doing social media, content creation wise, you might be using tools like Canva, ChatGPT on generating the content for you. For us at 2XU, we do use Notion as just a place for us to put a lot of our content in that then gets published later on. Another content creation tool is, are you going to do video? What tools are you using? In 2XU, we use a mix of CapCut and Filmora just because it gives us a lot of the flexibility of how we want the videos to look like. Now, the next kind of tool that you need is your scheduling and engagement tool. So, for example, again, in 2XU, ConvertKit, we can easily schedule our emails there. We use Buffer for our social media tools for scheduling out basically the content that we've created. We do that week by week. It's amazing because it gives us really good analytics on the posts that we did for that week. And you have a way where your assistant or yourself can go ahead and actually take care of the engagement of anytime someone has a question, that they have access to your Facebook page where they can reply to those, they have access to your LinkedIn, so on and so forth. Is there a way that they can actively engage with people so you're not just throwing things out there? There's actually a way to them to get to the next part of your funnel. Next things are going to be part of your content marketing checklist. Now for this, you need your content calendar. Now for 2XU, we do have just Notion. And luckily for us, just because I do a lot of these videos, it's easy for us to repurpose one YouTube video into a whole week worth of content for us. So that's kind of what makes it easier for us to do it. But for you, you want to create your own content calendar of, again, what makes sense for your business with the resources and the goal that you have. So you can, of course, ask ChatGPT on how to create your content calendar, and I do have a whole video on how to use ChatGPT for your marketing, and you could basically just ask ChatGPT to plot out what that would look like for your business. And of course, just use a content calendar as just a way to track what needs to get created, what needs to get done, and feel free to change it a lot. Like, we've changed how our content calendar looks like so much in the last couple of years that it's okay. As long as you're taking and doing what works, then it works. Next is going ahead and creating your content templates. Now, this can be very generic of like, how do you want to show up? Do you want to show up with a lot of circles, a lot of lines? How do you want your colors to show up on your social media posts? So having a way where it's going to be easy for the next person who isn't you to create your content, it's going to be very, very important. This could be templates of the blog post, template of the captions, template of the graphics that needs to be created. You can definitely have an assistant or, again, yourself just do this and create it. That way, later on, it's going to be easy to recycle and redo as long as it matches basically the brand that you're going for. Next is going ahead and creating your content database. Now, this can be very much just linked to your content calendar, but having a way where you can track what content you do already have out there. So it's going to be easy for you to reference it later on, and also what content you already have out there so you don't repeat yourself. So being able to do that is going to be, of course, helpful for you when you're running out of content ideas, and also just a way for you to go back and like, hey, I think it's time to redo this video. I think I've changed a lot of things since I did this video. And the last part of your marketing checklist is your collaboration trackers. Now, what I mean by this is, as an entrepreneur or as a founder, you might be collaborating with a lot of people who already are talking to your target audience. So podcasts, doing speaking gigs, so on and so forth. So it's really important that you have a podcast tracker. There's a lot of really good tools out there. There's matchmaker.fm. There's another one that just released this week that, again, I will link below. But it's basically just a really good way for you to see podcasts who are looking for guests and to be featured on them. So you can track, of course, which ones you've been on and which ones you haven't yet. Now on the speaking tracker, basically tracking the events that you do want to speak at and having your assistant or again yourself go ahead and apply for different speaking gigs, pitch yourself, or just getting yourself featured on those different events. Now your marketing doesn't have to be super complicated. It doesn't have to be hard. You have to make it easy for yourself so then it's easier for you to scale from there and how you want your assistant or your next team member to be able to do it. Now, if you guys like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button right there and comment below what are different things that you will want to add to this marketing checklist. I would love to know. And if you still haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so don't miss any of my videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to have a business from home, which you guys can check out those two playlists right here and the latest video right here. I hope you guys have an amazing day. And remember that small steps matters, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!